mean, I worked in restaurants in college, probably like everybody did, but never had any desire to own one and oversee one. So it's definitely been outside of my comfort zone. Maybe simultaneously the most rewarding and stressful 2 years I've had. It tests you to see if you can actually logically solve problems, because every day there's a problem in a restaurant.
It really started, I think, with Jeff and his love of a couple of different hot dog joints around the country.
He called me from Chicago one time. He was at a place called Hot Dogs. Doug Son's one of our heroes.
Went to Hot Dogs and saw like how creative this guy was being with just sausage.
We realized there's nothing like that here in Austin. Like, there was just nowhere to get a really good hot dog, and certainly not anything creative.
And he was like, man, we got to do something like this in Austin.
Once we sat down and started talking about it, and he saw how excited I was about the idea of like elevating a common hot dog to something that's gourmet, I said, we need to bring in Christian, because the branding and the look and feel of the place needs to have as much thought and effort put into it as the menu and the food that we're going to serve.
Started talking shop, started chatting with Christian, throwing back some cold beers.
And we told a couple of friends, and they were like, holy shit, I'd eat there. You know, when are you going to do it? And we kind of started thinking that this really should be something we should get into.
And it was just kind of that moment of realization where we had everybody sitting at the table having a beer that we needed to start and brand a restaurant.
We offer, what we like to think is good music and great, a great staff. And, it sounds kind of cheesy, but it's really basic. It's 101. You got good service, you got good music, you got a fun atmosphere, a great, well-designed floor. Then the food you have a little forgiveness on the food. We try to execute it 100% and have a phenomenal product, but at the same time, it's more about hanging out. It's friends, it's family, it's celebration.
One of my big goals at Frank was to create a situation where people could feel like kids again for a few seconds. So from the way we name things to the brand identity to the visual treatments, it all is, I kind of joke, it's like the circus came to town and just broadsided a hot dog cart.
I 100% believe that regardless of our menu and quote-unquote cool factor, I hope, and everything that we have going on, that without the design, we wouldn't be as big and wouldn't have that reach that we have.
If we're ever going to move into another city or another location, we're hands-on. We will be owners of that location and directing the way the menu looks, the way the menu is executed, the way the building looks, the brand, everything. It stays with Christian and Daniel and myself.
Funny thing, the average person will tell you, and I've personally experienced this with other businesses, to not ever go into business with friends or family, because it'll tear you apart. It's a brutal world. Money changes people. Restaurants are one of the hardest industries in the world to get into. Folks say there's only two people that open a restaurant. It's either in your blood or you're stupid. So I tell everybody, I've been doing this since I'm 13. It's my blood. Jeff and Christian are stupid.
I think if you're not a little freaked out and a little nervous going in, then it's probably not necessarily a big enough step or a worthwhile venture.